Start your engines, Switch fans, and maybe open your wallets because Nintendo is back with even more awesome sales when we need them most as the eShop keeps raining down good games at great prices, and Amazon is playing along nicely too. Lately, they've been dropping a lot of recent releases for some decent discounts, and so we're going to cover those as well. Make sure to let me know in the comments down below which of these you want to grab and which you'd recommend to a friend who maybe is staying at home and looking for something else to play. I love that Nintendo and others are bringing the deals right now. We're stuck at home. We're looking for stuff to play. The mini direct just did deliver some nice new stuff up on the eShop, like Good Job and Panzer Dragoon Remake, the Bravely Default 2 demo, but if that's not your cup of tea, well then, let's stir the pot and see where we can find the honey. If you guys enjoy these videos, definitely hit that like button if you like sales and like knowing about them. We're going to kick it off with a brand new release, and it's not the biggest discount, but it's 11% off, which I think qualifies. Anything over 10% qualifies as, okay, it's mentionable. I got all the links to all these Amazon games in the description if you want to grab them. They are in stock right now. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX just came out a little bit ago, and it's on sale for $53.59. That's an 11% discount, and if you've been waiting for this one, or you're kind of sick of Animal Crossing and you want something else that involves cute creatures that are ready for co-op and camaraderie, but maybe don't want to make you furniture, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX could be for you. I will let you know that Amazon, they're having difficulty with their Prime shipping in some cases. It takes longer than expected given what's going on with the global crisis, and they're prioritizing certain shipments. But luckily, it looks like for the most part, games are still getting Prime service and getting preference. So, I mean, hey, I guess it's a stress reliever. I guess it helps us stay sane and take our mind off things, so good on Amazon. And these are physical. I know people like physical versions of a lot of games, so I wanted to make sure I mentioned these at the top before we take our talents to the eShop. Now, Pokemon Sword is $49.49. It's one of those deals where you have to click on the cart to see the price, so it doesn't look that great from the main page. But when you add it to cart, you're like, dude, that's a freaking $10.50 saving off the brand new Pokemon game, which we know is getting an expansion pass in June. They covered more details about it today. I think they look pretty sweet. More big wild areas, more expansion to Galar, new Pokemon, new faces, new battles, new styles. It looks like it's going to be super sweet, and if you want to get in on this game, experience the entire UK-themed world before those expansions drop, well, now you can do so. Or maybe if you were a Shield guy, now you can become a Sword guy and get the other side of the equation if you're looking to double down on Pokemon. Next up, we move to Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, Mua Mua Mua. 3 times for the Switch exclusive. This game also saw an appearance at the mini direct. It made its name known by dropping a Doom DLC pack. It's $12 off, $47.99. That is a 20% savings, and maybe this is a game that you missed out on last holiday season given Luigi's Mansion and the previously mentioned Pokemon early this year. You know, you did have Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, you got Animal Crossing. If you skipped Ultimate Alliance, I think $47.99 is a pretty good price, and you know you can play this one cooperatively. You can do multiple systems, you can do single screen, everybody going to work, online, offline, 4 players, everybody pick their favorite Marvel hero and go to work. It's a good time. It's not the best game. It's not my favorite game. If you don't have some others, such as, you know, Animal Crossing, which I'm now in love with, or you're missing Smash, or you just got a Switch and you haven't seen Breath of the Wild or Odyssey, definitely start there. But if you're looking for something new and you were a fan of the Marvel beat-em-ups or the X-Men Legends beat-em-ups back in the day, this is a good choice. It is a really cool Switch exclusive. Speaking of Switch exclusives, let's actually jump to Astral Chain. $48.88, $11.11 off, a magical number for a magical game that Platinum brought to us. It's 19% off, and I like this one a lot. It brings really cool Platinum-style gameplay. If you didn't know, they're bringing Wonderful 101, their Wii U hidden gem, to the Switch via Kickstarter, which is really interesting. Nintendo didn't want to publish it, I guess, so Platinum did it themselves and used the money to get them over the hump and get this thing going. It's supposed to hit Kickstarter backers in April, and it's supposed to hit everybody else in May. Astral Chain, it's a much darker game, obviously, than Wonderful 101, which is a little bit cutesy, but still very darn cool. Astral Chain, more in the vein of what you probably know Platinum for. Their fast pace, insane combat, with insane storylines, and insane moves. If you missed this one, another fall 2019 title that might have got jumbled up amidst, you know, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Luigi, those kinds of games, this is a pretty solid price, saving about $11.50 All right, we can jump back to Dragon Quest XIS, which you probably saw. Honestly, guys, I have not spent enough time with this game. I got a little bit of the demo in, but I never got the full version, and it's 17% off for $50 flat right now. You get the physical cartridge, a big, beefy RPG. These are the type of games that you want right now. Ones that you can come back to again and again. Ones you can play in long sessions or short sessions. That's what I love about Animal Crossing. I can get in, I can get out. I can play it day in and day out. There's always something new. And Dragon Quest XI doesn't have the same replayability as Animal Crossing or the same persistent world, but it is a beefy game and an awesome one. And the S edition on Switch is a really nice version of the game. So this one still gets a very solid recommendation. Alrighty then, let's move to the eShop where Capcom is having a greatest hits sale. It runs until March the 30th at 11:59 p.m. And this one brings a lot of Capcom's greatest hits, wouldn't you know, onto Switch, which I really like. We'll start it off with Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. This game, I feel like, you know, in the era of Dark Souls, in the era of games of that ilk, Dragon's Dogma is kind of like Monster Hunter meets Dark Souls. That's how I describe it. It is sitting pretty at 33% off till March 30th, $20 down from $30. Capcom does not like YouTubers to use their trailers for whatever reason, so enjoy these screenshots. It is an epic big game, and if you wish something like Monster Hunter World was on Switch, I think this is a great choice for you, and $20 is a pretty nifty price. Now, Capcom also has Mega Man 11 down at $15, which we love us some Mega Man 11. Fantastic game that's 50% off until March the 30th. Fully recommendable at that price. That's like an insta-buy. 50% or more on this game, dude, you got to get it quick. It is a fantastic return to form for Mega Man. They add some new mechanics in there, the double gear system. It's a little confusing at first. It might take your mind for a spin, but once you get whirling, this game really sings. Pretty graphics, great boss battles, and a lot of difficulty. It may not be ultra long, but it's going to last you a while because it is definitely tough to master. Now, if you prefer physical, which I know some of you do, they have it for $20 at Amazon. So that's only a 33% saving instead of a 50% saving. But if you want the physical version, the box and the cart for $5 more, I think that's totally understandable. And I might even recommend that because it's a cool box, and having Mega Man 11 on your Switch shelf, it's just a nice look. I like that idea a lot. Now, Resident Evil 4 is $20, bringing it 33% off, and you know that the Resident Evil games, they probably were overpriced when they first released. $20 for RE4 is much better, and if you're jonesing for RE3 Remake, and either you can't wait, or you can't play it because you don't have the consoles that it's coming out on next month, then RE4 is the one, right? If you've missed out on this one at any point, RE4 is the Resident Evil. And it originated on Nintendo GameCube, so it's fitting that it's here on Switch. And they've made some upgrades. This is the, quote, like better version of the game. I like it. I'm loving Resident Evil 2 Remake, 3 Remake. I wish that they would bring those somehow to Switch, but it might not be possible. In the meantime, we'll enjoy the classic RE adventures. They've got a lot of them on Switch, but this is probably the best one, getting a nice discount. And last but not least, from Capcom, they continue to give the goods. It's Okami HD, down to $11.99 from $20. That is 40% off until March 30th. This is a gem of a game. If you're looking for a Zelda-type adventure that's very different, it's very nice. So you can use the touchscreen when you're playing portably to draw with those celestial brush controls. It's a very, very... Well, it's a very traditional Zelda. This is not Breath of the Wild. We're talking like Twilight Princess Zelda. You can even tell because there's a freaking wolf. Amaterasu is kind of like Wolf Link. Beautiful art style, but it does have that slower pace that, either was awesome or maybe annoying in some of the older Zelda games. So just know that going in. But at $12, you really can't go wrong. It's a low investment for a game that's going to give you a lot of value, a lot of playtime, and hopefully a lot of fun. Now let's move to some other titles that have nothing to do with Capcom. This one is my now regular recommendation through the grapevine. I'm recommending this one because I've heard so many people say good things, and I think I'm going to buy it. It is Tangle Tower for $15. That's 25% off until March the 29th. And Tangle Tower is a mysterious puzzle game. It reminds me of like Phoenix Wright meets Hotel Dusk. Just games of that style. It's got really pretty art, unique characters, and a really fun feel as you move through this Tangle Tower. I've heard nothing but good things about uncovering the mysteries and piecing things together as you puzzle solve your way through this tower. It came out late last year in October. I want to get this one. So I am signing up, and I encourage you to do the same. Next up, a very relevant title. It's Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast. The first game, Jedi Academy, was announced today at the Mini Direct, but there are differences here that I want to point out. I personally like the sequel better, and it's on sale for 20% off, $7.99 till April 2nd, but I gotta let you know that they've done more work on the first game, the one that dropped today on Switch. That one includes online multiplayer. Sadly, Jedi Knight 2 does not, so you're going to be mostly enjoying the legendary single player with modernized controls. So this is a tough one. This game is cheaper, it's on sale, I want to point it out, but the new one today includes online multiplayer, which I think is my favorite part of the Jedi Knight games, so you'll have to make the call for yourself. But if you're jonesing for some Star Wars action, you got this one for 20% off. Honestly, I cannot wait for the Star Wars Racer, the pod racing game. I liked that a lot back when I was a kid. It was like N64, PS2. I like that a lot. I don't know why. Maybe it sucks. I haven't played it forever. But if you are nostalgic for Star Wars, you can start here with Jedi Knight 2 if you're into single player. And then Jedi Academy that came out today does have the full multiplayer suite. Let's go to something, though, that has quality up the wazoo. What Remains of Edith Finch is $13.99. That's 30% off till April 2nd. This is a phenomenal game. I'm so glad it's on Switch. It's one of those indies that's just wonderful, and it's fantastic that the Switch is home to so many. You got games like Into the Breach and Slay the Spire, Enter the Gungeon, Shovel Knight, and What Remains of Edith Finch. It's a little bit more than a walking simulator, although it's very similar to those types of games. There is more puzzle-solving elements in this one, but not too crazy. If you're looking for that, Tangle Tower seems to be where it's at, but this is a beautiful story of a very strange family, and you're going back through your family history, all the relatives, and trying to piece things together and figure out what's going on as you experience the days of your family members' deaths. It's really, really an evocative and emotional story, and there's one part in particular where you have to multitask. I don't want to spoil it, but you have to multitask, and it's fantastic because you're physically living out what the character's experiencing and what the story is conveying. It's amazing. This game has won tons of awards. It's awesome. Grab it if you can. Annapurna does great work. They love the Switch, and so, hey, I have no problem supporting them, even double dipping on this one if you played it on PC first. $13.99, as I mentioned, till April 2nd. Donut County. Man, if you're just feeling frisky because of all this stuff of staying home and you want something absolutely weird, Donut County could be for you. It's 50% off, $6.49 till April 2nd, and you play as a whole. All right? You play as a whole. There are a lot of raccoons in this game, and so maybe it's also a chance to take vengeance on Tom Nook. If you're feeling frustrated and you want to take it out on him, and you don't want to whip out your net and start slapping characters in Animal Crossing, because trust me, that will make your conscience as guilty as can be. You'll need Jiminy Cricket after that. Donut County, though, is a game where you just swallow stuff in holes. It is a very crazy puzzle game. It's super weird. It's an explorative puzzle game. You're combining objects. It's kind of like, it's almost like a modern day Katamari where it's just weird, but it's also very charming and very cool. It is down, like I said, to $6.49. I think at that price point, hey, give it a go. It'll give you a few hours of solid fun. Hyper Light Drifter Special Edition. This is one of those, now at this point, I guess, classic pixel art games. It looks gorgeous, my friends, and if you missed out on this one the first time, it's pretty darn cool. It is down to $9.99. That's 50% off till April the 9th, and I recommend this. It was a big Gabe classic, so I guess this is like the Gabe pick of the week, as we like to do now. They bring it to you in 60 frames per second. They have exclusive Switch content. Very nice game. It's kind of like, almost like Zelda-esque. It's got combat. It's definitely not really a roguelite at all, so if you're worried about that, hey, this is much more of an action-adventure RPG. Enjoy the beautiful sights, take them all in, and go to work on this now remastered old school game that was new but now kind of is old. You also can play with a friend. It's got a 2-player co-op, which is pretty neat. Last but not least, we're going to the Swindle, a steampunk cybercrime caper. And you know what? I have been wanting this game for a while, and I just have not found the time or the price. But baby boy, $3.74, 75% off. This is our ultra cheap deal of the day, from $15 down to $3.74. It is a freaking cool game. You're breaking into buildings, utilizing stealth, and it's got nice art. In fact, this was recently featured on Game Maker Toolkit's stealth video. I love that guy. He does amazing work. Some of the best videos I've ever seen on YouTube. And if you want to partake in the heist and become a master thief, then away you go. This is a good one to grab. It's a fun little indie title and one that I'm going to get. Touched on it when it released before. Now that it's on Switch, I've been waiting to get in and complete the adventure. I like it, and that is going to kick off my recommendations for the day. The Swindle is one of them. $3.74, it's one of those games, a few bucks, you're going to have a lot of freaking fun. Out of the Capcom games, you know, I'm a big fan of Mega Man 11, and honestly, I like the cartridge and the physical box for $20 from Amazon, but Okami HD is probably the pick at $11.99. That one's not too bad. I also got to give some love to Pokemon Sword for that secret in the cart deal at 49 bucks. I like that a lot. And Tangle Tower, my friends, $15. I'm in on this one. Last but not least, What Remains of Edith Finch, $13.99. It's a gem of a game, and it's a gorgeous story. It's, you know, if you're looking for something that will tap in to your heartstrings right now while emotions, you know, might be flowing, this is one that could be a tearjerker. Oh, and I'll make one quick note. It's not my kind of game, but I know a lot of people love Dragon's Dogma, and so the fact that you can get it for $20 right now, that's a good deal. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys like best from today's video, what you'd recommend to a friend, and hit that like button if you enjoyed the show. I'll be back as soon as Nintendo drops another heap of sales. I love that they're doing this, and I love that we get to share games together more than ever before. If you guys like games, you want a positive, safe space to talk about them, hang out, make some multiplayer friends, ask me questions. I do have a new Discord server. It's called Switch Strong. I'll put a link in the description below. We'd love to have you. The community is already super cool. We're doing giveaways, donations to charities, all sorts of great things over there. So it'd be great to see you if you are looking for a way to kind of interact, chill out, play games, and enjoy the Switch while we all stay at home. In the meantime, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic freaking day. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourself. Be good to others. And until next time, SwitchForce out.